Good evening, and thanks for coming. I want to share with you the life of one of who I feel greatest baseball players of all time, and somebody who's influential in my life. And I say this because not only was he an incredible athlete and an incredibly gifted baseball player, but he left a mark on people other than just by playing the game. On June 2nd, 1924, this young man replaced a very good New York Yankees first baseman by the name of Wally Pipp. And from that day forward, well, in fact, he wouldn't not play another game. For over 2,000 straight games, he would play. Before I tell you his name, I'd like to just refer to him as one of his many nicknames, the Iron Horse. The Iron Horse was born in Manhattan to a parents who were recently immigrated from Germany. Their names were Christina and Heinrich. Christina, even though came from a middle class family, a lower middle class family, she would do whatever she could to provide for Iron Horse, to make sure Iron Horse had every opportunity in his life. She would be a cook, a washwoman. She did many sort of odds and ends jobs just to provide for him. This young man became not only just my favorite player and many other people's favorite players, but he was also recognized by Major League Baseball. He was a Hall of Fame first baseman. He played for about 17 years. Not only that, as I said before, he played for 2,130 Major League games consecutively. That record withstood for 55 years until a guy by the name of Cal Ripken Jr. broke it. But this is not about him. The man I'd like to talk to you today, talk to you today about is a man who was so beloved by the New York Yankees organization, by the groundskeepers, by the concession stand workers, by the ticket sellers. Everybody in New York Stadium loved this player. In fact, it was said that the grounds crew engraved a trophy and gave it to him. So I'd like to read what the engraving on that trophy read. We've been to the wars together. We took our foes as they came, and always you were the leader, and ever you played the game. Idol of cheering millions, records of yours besieged, irons of fame, they hailed you, decked you with laurel leaves. But higher than that we hold you. We who have known you best, knowing the way you came through every human test. Let this be a silent token of lasting friendship. And all that we've left unspoken, your pals of the Yankee team. This player was loved so much that actually the grounds crew got together back then. It was right around the turn of the 1930s. And they all collected money, and it was about a sum of $5 back then. But it's kind of interesting because that became one of the most memorable pieces of baseball history. And it was one of Iron Horse's most precious possessions. Iron Horse accomplished a lot during his career. Not only did the record of playing most consecutive games, the 2,130, stand for 50 years, which was broken, there's many records today that are not broken, that are set by Iron Horse. Most consecutive seasons with 120 plus RBIs, 8 consecutive seasons from 1927 to 1934. Most runs batted in by a first baseman, 1,000 995 RBIs. Incredible. Not only that, he had the most walks as a first baseman, 1,508. The highest slugging percentage by a first baseman, a .632. Most extra bases hit by a first baseman, 1,190. On top of all his major league accomplishments, he also had about 5 single season records that are still standing today. Most runs batted in by a first baseman, 184 runs in one season in 1931. Most runs scored by a first baseman, 167, which happened in 1936. The list goes on and on. Me personally, I like his single game record that'll probably withstand for many more years past my life. Iron Horse hit 4 home runs in a single game. That's right, 4 home runs. He was an American League All-Star 7 times. He was an American League MVP twice. He won 6 World Series. I feel that some of the other key events that happened in his life, and we'll get to them, are overshadowed by his great career. Not only was he so impressive with playing every day, day in and day out, hence the name Iron Horse, he also was pretty good at what he did. Until his record was broken by McGwire in '99, in 2001, he held the record for career Grand Slams at 23 Grand Slams. Also, he stole home plate 15 times in his career. That's about a time every season. That's unheard of in today's day and age. But unfortunately, most people wouldn't consider him one of their top 5 baseball players of all time. There's many greats. But the fact of the matter is, on June 2nd, 1941, at about 10:10 p.m., 16 years to the day that young first baseman replaced Wally Pipp, the great Lou Gehrig died. And he died from a disease that would later take his name, ALS, now known today as Lou Gehrig's disease. He was so beloved in the game that the likes of Babe Ruth and his wife went over to visit his wife the night he died. Many players from around the league gathered at his house the night of his death to be with his wife, to be with his family. So to me, I feel like it's not about the game you play or how good you are or how successful you are. But I feel like his legacy was left with his friends and his family. The friends that would come support his family even after his death. The medical world would later name a medical condition after him, which says a lot about the person. But in fact, I feel like in reality, he should be remembered as his amazing MLB career. Thank you.